Hey folks, Bob and Mark from Fireman Outdoors, and today we're taking a look at the Tavor and some modifications you can do to make the Tavor trigger sear a whole lot better. You know, right now as it sits with the traditional trigger pack that's in it, we're getting 10 pounds right on the dot with the trigger pull gauge. And in fact, with this standard trigger pull with the wheeler, we couldn't even get a traditional reading on it. So we actually had to go out and get an RCBS special military trigger pull gauge to be able to even read it.
Well, let's check it. Let's. I haven't actually seen that, Bob. Let me. We are clear and empty. I'd like to see what this trigger does. We are set down here at 0. I'm showing 12.5 pounds, Bob.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm showing? 11 pounds. I was looking at the wrong side of the stop. That's a heavy trigger.
That is a heavy trigger.
Let me try it and verify. Still pulling. Still pulling. Yeah, that's a heavy trigger.
So 11 pounds. So we're going to show you a way to reduce that a little bit here, real quick and easy.
Stay tuned.
Alright, so what we're going to need to do is we need to remove the trigger sear. And to do that, we've got 2 pins here that are captive. We're just going to punch these through. And we're going to drop that trigger sear right out the bottom. And we're going to remove a simple spring that's kind of redundant that you don't need for just simple range work.
Excellent. Why don't I go work the camera so I can zoom in so we can show the people what's going on, and you work all the tool stuff.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Alright, so what we need to do is we need to start with a cocked hammer, and we need to verify that the weapon's safe. So we're going to go ahead and clear the weapon, and that cocks the hammer for us. And so we need to push through these 2 captive pins that are back here. And so you can either use like your 5.56 bullet, your 223, or you can use a punch. We're just going to drop those through. These will not go all the way through. They will lock into place. Then this opens up, and our trigger pack will just slide right out, just like that. Now on our trigger pack, or our sear pack I should say, now the trigger, it pulls forward instead of pushing back like on a lot of traditional triggers. We're going to release that hammer forward. And we've got this additional spring. This spring was added for adverse conditions, and it's kind of redundant. You know, if you're using this for kind of like a range weapon, you really don't need it. But if you're working in an area where you've got a lot of dirt and a lot of mud, it's probably a good idea to keep this in here. Should also note that removing this spring will void your warranty. But, you know, if you're just somebody who's going to be taking this to the range, just kind of using it to plink, but you want a better trigger, you can go ahead and remove this without making any permanent alterations to your weapon. But like I said, if you do remove this, you could void your warranty. So, to remove this, we can just take a pair of needle nose pliers, and we have this ring right here that we can grasp onto. You can just pull that right off of there. Now we can take a punch. We have a bar, or a pin, a roll pin that goes all the way through here. We can drift that out. You'll want to save these parts, put those like in a little plastic baggie. Save those for a rainy day. We're going to go ahead and we're going to reinstall this. We're going to check to see if our trigger pull is better than 11 pounds. I'm going to suspect that we're going to probably be in the 8 to 9 pound range. Just under 9 pounds. And that one came in at 8.5. And that one came in at 8.25. So just a little better than 8 pounds. And that feels a world better. Now what do you say we go out and give it a try?
Hey, now we're going to try this trigger with the spring removed. I feel it's definitely better, Bob. There's still a noticeable amount of take-up, but less than ideal is there's still a very significant amount of creep on it. But it's way better than it was. 8.5 pounds or 8.25 is way better than 11. Ran out of targets, Bob.
Ran out of targets. Well, it shot good. But noticeable big difference in what that shot like. But that can be about 100% better than what it is. But you know, if you're on a limited budget, taking out that spring is going to make a big improvement on your accuracy. Thumbs up for removing that spring that you don't need. But if you've got $350 to spend, we'll show you what you can do in about 30 seconds to make it a whole lot better. We improved the trigger a whole lot by taking out that little redundant spring, but we're going to make it even better yet with this little piece right here. This is the Timney Sear pack. And so this piece right here, it's going to give you a little bit of sticker shock. This was $352.99. But the quality of this over what Tavor includes with their rifle is no comparison at all. You've got anodized aluminum. You've got incredible workmanship made in the USA. It's good stuff. And they claim it's 4 pounds straight from the factory. It's non-adjustable. And it's 2-stage. So, like with this 18-inch barrel, we should be able to get pretty accurate shots out of it at a long range. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to change this out. We're going to try it out. We're going to tell you what we think. Okay, and just like before, we're going to verify that the weapon is clear, and we do need to make sure that that hammer is cocked before we do this. So, weapon is safe. We're going to go ahead and we're going to remove this other sear pack, and again, just going to punch through these 2 pins. And we're going to drop that out. It wants to cooperate. There we go. So that goes aside, and this is just going to slide into place. Okay. Oh, there is no comparison, folks. Let's see what kind of reading we're getting. Now they say it's 4 pounds. And it broke at about 4.1. And it's breaking right at 4 pounds. So what Timney is saying is dead on. I can't call BS on it, which is kind of unfortunate. But I'm really happy too, because it was a lot of money for this trigger. And let's see, they say 2-stage, and you definitely feel the stage right there. And then boom, it's got a nice, crisp, clean break on it. Not feeling any over travel. Very minimal creep. It's got a real nice reset on it. Mark, you want to give your impressions on what you're feeling there?
Oh, huge difference. That's a fine hunting rifle or a target rifle trigger right there. It is 2-stage. It's got the initial take-up, which I like. So we've got just normal take-up, normal military weapon take-up. I want to feel what that reset is. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice.
That feels like, I mean, just like your best custom trigger. I mean, my best match rifle I have is pretty darn close to that.
Well, let's go shoot it.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Nice. It's really nice. That's a sweet trigger. Hey, that was $350. That's gun money almost. But if you're spending that kind of money on a Tavor, this made it twice the weapon as far as I'm concerned. So if you put it in that kind of perspective, I think that the Timney triggers is a value. It's very nice.
Those went quick. That's a big improvement. This definitely has exceeded my expectations as far as trigger goes, and I'm only sorry that I didn't buy that Timney trigger a little sooner. Awesome. Lots of thumbs up. Buy a Timney.
Whole hell of a lot better.
So, you know, upgrading the trigger pack or the Sear pack just by removing that one spring increased that usability of the trigger a whole lot.
Yeah, that made a simple mod like that and making 3 or 4 pounds difference is huge. That's a good trip right there.
We still weren't able to use the Wheeler trigger pull gauge on it.
Right.
It still was on the unusable scale as far as that goes, but it was noticeably better.
You know what I'm impressed with, Bob? I'm impressed with how quick and simple and easy it is to change the trigger pack and extract it. I mean, even for maintenance or cleaning on the Tavor. So that's a nod and a thumbs up to the engineers and the designers that made this. That was pretty slick. I mean, to change the trigger just like we did on this is a way simpler than on an AR.
Yeah, it's not difficult to change them on an AR, but it does take quite a bit more time. I mean, this is literally like a 30-second job.
Exactly, drop out modular deal.
And that is a pretty cool deal. The Timney triggers, the list price on that's going to be right around $350. I did get this on sale. It was 15% off. I believe I got that through a Primary Arms sale that they had recently, where they, you put in the secret code and you get 15% off. So it came in like around $280. So if you're looking to get one, be watching for those sales because they are out there.
Yeah, the Timney trigger, that made that trigger awesome. I mean, this is a great platform as it was, but now it's stellar. And I really can't wait to do some long distance accuracy testing with this, because I've been really inspired by how accurate this is. It's got that 18-inch barrel in a very short, compact platform that's nearly as short as our AR pistols. But you got the advantages of the velocity advantages and the length of the 18-inch barrel. I think that this thing is going to do great in our little close range shooting stuff. It's really intuitive, really quick. When we were sighting in the sights, it's got great groups. I think this is a great package, and I think it's even greater with the addition of that trigger.
Oh yeah, the trigger took this way beyond what I was expecting. 4 pounds in this. I was expecting you to feel creep. I was expecting it to feel mushy. I expected it to feel like a bullpup. It feels like a custom match trigger in an AR-15. It feels that good.
Yep.
But so, if you guys are looking to take your Tavor to the next level, do it. I don't know of any other way you can make it any better. I know that Geisley's making an adjustable trigger that they're rating it like 3.5 pounds, but the 4 pounds on this, I really can't imagine anything better.
I can't imagine anything better either. And if you're gonna start saving up and planning on budgeting and investing Tavor money, go ahead and budget for that Timney trigger as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely.
Yep, so that's a thumbs up from me.
2 for me.
All right. Hey, if you like what you saw, go ahead and make sure you subscribe as we experiment and work with this Tavor platform and everything else we do. We appreciate you guys watching. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and go ahead and click in and subscribe. We appreciate it.
To all of you guys out there that are Tavor owners and you do shoot yours long range, looking for any optics solutions that you guys have, we're looking at shooting this long range, 100, 200, maybe even 300 yards. If you guys have any suggestions on what you guys are using, real curious to see what you guys are using as far as optics.
Yeah, put your comments in the comment box below. We appreciate it.
Thanks for watching.
With the 4 horsemen ride, or choose your fate and die. On through the dead of night, with the 4 horsemen ride, or choose your fate and die.